Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in. My name is Ida and I'd like to present you our capstone project. We're promoting our social marketing campaign to help encourage teens to decrease their intake of sugar-sweetened beverages and to replace them with healthier, low-calorie or no-sugar beverages instead. This means that we hope to discourage them from consuming drinks like sodas, juices, energy drinks, sweetened teas and coffees, and hope to encourage a switch to low or no-calorie drinks. Shortly, you will be hearing from my partners Gretchen, Lisa, and Jennifer about key aspects of why this campaign matters and how it will be executed. We have devised a communication plan that defines what we hope to do, who we hope to affect, why we're doing it, and how this will be carried out and monitored to ensure its effectiveness. So why are sugar-sweetened beverages a problem? Based on extensive research, it is believed that sugar contained in sweetened beverages are a major contributing factor to the growing obesity epidemic in the United States. Additionally, these kinds of drinks can increase the risk of other health issues like weakened bones, dental caries, and early onset type 2 diabetes in teens. Now, the problem isn't having one or two of these drinks occasionally, but there has been a clear observed trend from 1997 to 98 of increased consumption of these sugar-sweetened drinks in teens by nearly 300%. This means that teens derive between 10 to 15% of their calorie intake from sugar-sweetened beverages. In other words, those 10 to 15% provide empty calories. This behavior is a major contributing factor to the growing epidemic of obesity among adolescents and teens that will likely persist into adulthood. Since this is a behavior that can be modified, we hope to encourage our audience to reduce or even stop their consumption of sugary beverages and switch to healthier alternatives. Given this substantial problem, this campaign aims to bring about a behavior change in teens, both girls and boys between the ages of 13 to 18. By providing education and raising awareness of the risks of continuing this behavior, we hope to encourage a positive behavior change. And now, Gretchen will discuss some of the findings of our market research.
The American Heart Association recommends a maximum daily intake of 6 teaspoons of sugar for children ages 12 to 18. However, based on nutrition information, a single can of soda already contains 8 teaspoons of sugar. Based on some of our own market research that was conducted, 64% of participants consumed 1 to 2 sugary beverages every day. That means just from beverages alone, they were getting an additional 10 teaspoons of sugar above the recommended maximum. And almost 24% of our participants consumed 3 or more sugary beverages a day, which means at least an additional 18 or more teaspoons of sugar daily. Then there was the 12% of our participants that don't drink any soda, who this social campaign probably won't affect, though they would be great messengers that could help spread our message by word of mouth to their friends, classmates, and families. Now, getting back to the data, we also know that boys are more likely to consume more calories from sugar-sweetened beverages. We also know that for both boys and girls, consumption of sugary drinks is at its peak during their adolescence from age 12 to 19. We have also found that a few major contributing factors in the drink choices these teens make. If their friends drink sugary drinks, they're more likely to consume similar products. Or they like the taste of the sugary beverages better than compared to plain water. Or they don't actually know how much sugar is in one of those sweetened beverages. Well, we can't make sodas and sweetened beverages taste worse, but there are a few steps we can take. Two-sided education will be central to encouraging teens to make the change. Based on the research we have done, very few are even aware of the excessive amount of sugar in their drinks. By providing education to teens, of the risks of sugary beverage consumption and the cost of continuing that behavior. Following up with positive education on the benefits of water consumption and non-sugary beverages, we can offer a direct solution to aid behavior change. So providing necessary education and raising awareness will provide teens with the knowledge and ability to make healthier choices in their beverage consumption. Another step we can take is to change their environment. By removing easy access to sodas and sweetened beverages, teens will less likely consume them. One study by Ebling even suggests that by removing access, consumption stops. Lastly, we can provide support by introducing substitutes to help teens maintain a healthy behavior change. Offering alternatives like unsweetened iced tea, fruit-infused water, or carbonated water further will encourage positive behavior change. In this approach, we can advance our target audience from the pre-contemplation stage of trans-theoretical model by raising awareness of the current behavior risks. With this new knowledge, teens would progress through the stages of change by recognizing the benefits of low-calorie and low-sugar beverages. And with the tools to prepare and follow an action plan, teens will be able to effectively reach the desired behavior change. Along the guidelines of social cognitive theory, by changing the environment and increasing the knowledge through education, teens will gain a greater sense of self-efficacy to maintain positive behavior change. So how exactly do we plan to get the teens to listen? Thankfully, Lisa can tell us more about that.
As we've already mentioned, consuming sugar-sweetened beverages is clearly unhealthy. So what do we want our target audience to do? Simple. Don't drink soda, drink water. We want teens to reduce their sugar-sweetened beverage intake, and we want teens to drink more water and no sugar added and low-calorie beverages to nourish their bodies during the adolescent age of growth. In order to achieve this result, we'll try to reach teens on several communication channels. Our slogan for our campaign is "Sugar Ain't Sweet." This is intended to make teens stop and think. Why is sugar not sweet? Everyone knows sugar tastes sweet. Yes, it does, but it's also bad for your body in many harmful ways. As our research has shown, many adolescents are unaware of the amount of sugar being consumed from just one sugary drink. We can also assume that they need more education on why sugar is bad and that it can harm their bodies and their health both now and in the future. Our slogan is catchy, hashtag-worthy, and speaks to the issue that even though sugar might taste good in beverages, it can be deadly. In order to communicate that education and awareness to our target audience, our messages will utilize the marketing mix. To address the product itself, which in this case is the behavior change to decrease sugary beverage intake, our messages will focus on the health benefits associated with the decreased intake both immediately and in the future. Immediate benefits for our target population may include a decrease in acne, a decrease in sluggishness or sugar crash, increased energy and focus, less weight gain, elevated mood, and no jittery feeling from caffeine overload. Future health benefits include less risk for elevated blood pressure, as well as less risk of tooth decay, diabetes, obesity, and cancer. The barriers or price to decreasing intake of sugar-sweetened beverages that need to be addressed include cost, access, habit, and potential caffeine addiction or dependency. Our research also supports that peer pressure and taste are significant barriers to focus on, so our messages will show that the benefits outweigh them. As previously mentioned, we'll use two-sided promotion to educate on the negative side effects of sugar and then lead into the benefits of reduction. We'll need to ensure we can translate the cons very clearly to explain how much sugar is too much and what an overdose of sugar does to the body. Another key component to encouraging change is promoting healthier alternatives to soda, energy, and coffee drinks with added sugar. Infused water or fizzy no-calorie water like La Croix are great alternatives, along with coconut water and smoothies for young athletes. Most of these messages will be delivered on social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Snapchat, but we'll also distribute campaign flyers in local schools for increased visibility and exposure. We'll utilize targeted advertising on the social platforms as well, and utilize Xbox and other gaming apps to advertise. To engage this demographic, we'll host contests using the hashtag and encouraging adolescents to post about their journey to decreasing intake, since they will be the best messengers of change within their peer group. Our Facebook page utilizes the messages outlined and is heavily rooted in our market research. We've used it as a platform to educate, inform, and encourage change in a visual but informative way, and have used some fear-based messaging and imagery to show just how much sugar lives in one sugar-sweetened beverage. It's definitely disturbing even for those of us that are aware of the harms. These are some of the resources and materials supporting our campaign education. As we've learned in this course, infographics are a wonderful way to visually educate and drive awareness, and we've used them throughout the campaign since they're easily digestible for our target population. We've also used images and terminology that are likely to resonate with this group and their peers, and kept our messages at a 7th grade reading level for the most exposure possible.
Lastly, we have our evaluation plan. In order to ensure the effectiveness of our campaign, we've also developed an evaluation plan to confirm that our message reaches the intended audience and encourages reduced consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages. Once this campaign is finalized and officially launched, we'll be able to track quantitative data right away. This will include information like the number of visits and likes on our Facebook page, searches for keywords like hashtag SugarAintSweet and hashtag DrinkMoreWater, as well as likes and pins on our Pinterest board. All these measures will help us to identify the amount of exposure our campaign is receiving. To gauge this campaign's effectiveness, we will also gather qualitative data. This will be done by conducting small focus groups that can be held in person or in chat rooms, and frequency questionnaires that can reveal trends in behavior change after exposure to our campaign. Due to the low cost of input and output thanks to social media platforms, we anticipate a high return on investment that will not only encourage continued funding to maintain the campaign, but additional funds to expand to new platforms that will reach a larger target audience. These monitoring tools will allow us to determine the need for any adjustments in the current campaign to reach our short-term goal of raising awareness to the harms of sugar and reducing sugary beverage consumption. Our hopes for the long-term impact of this campaign would be that it ensures healthy habits and healthy body composition in teens that will be sustained into adulthood and ultimately lead to a reduction in the obesity epidemic. This evaluation, however, would require additional funding to conduct a 20 to 30-year longitudinal study of the effects of this campaign. In order to execute this longitudinal study successfully, additional strategic development and planning is required. If you'd like to explore more on what our campaign is about, feel free to browse our Facebook page at facebook.com/SugarAintSweet or search hashtag SugarAintSweet on your Facebook search bar. Thanks to everyone for watching. We hope you enjoyed our presentation.